Hi everyone, Pokemon Fan 993 here, back more Pokemon Scarlet. So today we're doing some online battles. Now, tomorrow is the 31st of Halloween. Today is actually Wednesday. I was unable to do my video Tuesday because my aunt brought her dogs over and they were playing, and obviously I can't use my mic if I got people yelling and screaming and barking behind me, so I didn't have a choice. But tomorrow is Halloween, and I will be starting it should be a 4 to 5 part mini series for Halloween. I was gonna do it today, but I'm still partially trying to figure out how to set it up because it requires a certain emulator, requires a certain IPS patch, it requires a couple of other things that are I've never really done before. So this is gonna be a first for me. But anyway, this team we're gonna be doing some online matches. This is the team I have battled several times with. I believe it's been 7 to 8 times. One or two being just straight up they didn't want to play, a couple rage quits, and I so far have not lost with this deck yet, or this team yet. So I'm actually on a high note. I would say that logically, I say I'm 5-0, 6-0, something like that. So we're gonna pull a couple of single matches up today. We're gonna see if my luck will keep going, or maybe my team is just a lot better than I thought it was. Because it's been a long time since I've seen since I have a played a Pokemon team like this, or a Pokemon team, and I have not lost within a couple of battles. I think it actually might be my highest score streak. Or match streak, I should say. Okay, so now we're facing someone with a shiny Zaishin, question mark. That is Chinese, Japanese. We're going to select no restrictions. I'm going to select my team. Participating, Team 1. So I want to see what this person's going to select for Mons, and then I have to decide what I'm going to be using what I'm going to be using against the Mons, what I should start with, depending on his selection. There's a fair chance he might DC here. Yeah, he's disconnecting because I chose no restrictions, which means that Pokemon are set to level 100. If they're not set to level 100, they're set below what they are. So if you have a 57 Pokemon, your Pokemon's level is going to be 57 at base. This makes some people disconnect because they don't train their Mons up to 100, and I'll be honest, since you don't have a say in who selects the matches. A lot of people I set to 100. That's more or less to encourage people to make sure that their Pokemon are 100 in case this happens with other people. So I'm gonna select no restrictions again. I'm gonna select my team again, because I just by default now I do raids and stuff all the time. So by default I just put my Pokemon up to level. Okay, so I can't do that one because I can't do no restrictions because he has no Pokemon that participate, so I have no choice to do normal rules now. So all Pokemon set to level 50. If they are not low, if they're below level 50, they will be whatever level they decide to go for. So if it's level 37, like I said, their Pokemon will be level 37. Okay. So you have an actually interesting team going up here. It's a full Gen 4 team, which is interesting in itself. So, you're going to see my team is Poltergeist, Iron Valorant, Hydra Apple, Muck, Sandy Shock, and Talonflame. This particular team, I actually went full ham on, because it seems like a lot of my teams were half-assed, and that's why I was having such an issue with, I'm turning my mic down a little bit. It seems my mic made a bit higher than I want it to be. Alright, besides that, I was meticulously thinking about how I should counter stuff, and this is what I came up with. So we're going to start with Sandy Shocks. I always start with Sandy Shocks because while a lot of the Pokemon will hurt it because Sandy Shocks is indeed a electric ground type. Sandy Shocks is basically meant to be a hazard setter and then volt switch to whatever I want to switch into. He also has the red card, so if a Pokemon switches to him but can't kill him or whatever reason, it'll force him to swap out. Which normally, because my Sandy Shocks is timid, it means that I'll most likely okay, so he starts with an ice type. So, I can save myself a little bit of grief here. By Terra, I could Terra into it, so he has Snow Warning, which is Badamaso's basic ability. See, I could Terra Ice here, because that's what I got. But that really wouldn't help in a lot of situations. So I think I'm going to go for Stealth Rock. I'm pretty sure I'm faster than Abomasnow is, and I am. It depends what he starts with. If he starts with Blizzard and it hits, it might knock me out. Or a Veil, so now it basically just puts a Veil over his party as long as the snow is active. So I guess my next move is going to be Volt Switch. He's mostly going to go for an Ice move. I'm going to take a shot in the dark. So I'm going to Volt Switch. I got a critical hit, and it's going to have me swap back. And then I'm going to swap to Talonflame. He's more going to go for an Ice type move, and he does. Talonflame actually survived that somehow. So now we're going to go for a Flare Blitz, which is going to be 4 times effective unless he swaps, and he's going to withdraw. So I think he's going to switch to probably a Dragon type. No, he's switching for Terror. Oh, that one. Point Stone's dug in. I'm going to use Flare Blitz. So hard as it is to believe, actually Torterra is not what was that? A weakness policy? Yeah, okay. That shouldn't be much of an issue at all. So, believe it or not, some people make this mistake, and I can understand why. If Pokemon is grass and ground and use a fire type movement, it is not very effective because that's only if it would be if it'd be a rock type that would happen. So now we're going to swap. I do not believe I had much to worry about here, per se. I think I'm going to switch back to Sandy Shocks because that Torterra is almost dead, and I highly doubt it's fast enough to outspeed Sandy Shocks. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go for a basic Terra Blast. It should be enough to knock it out. Unless its defense is like really high. I didn't think so. Alright, cool. So that's one down. We both lost one Mon so far. Funny thing is, I haven't used Sandy Shocks in quite a lot, and like at all during this entire thing. So it's actually kind of interesting to note that I didn't know I had like a tailish thing there. So I'm gonna Volt Switch. I'm probably not gonna be able to go first anyway. Oh, I actually do. Is Glade not that fast? So I'm trying to figure out what he would do here in this situation. Sandy Shocks. Let's see. I don't know what it could learn. Maybe it's going for an Ice Punch. That's really hard to tell what's going to happen there. Let's switch to Iron Valor and see what happens. I don't think... he could go for Psycho Cut. If he goes for Psycho Cut, I might actually just screw myself here. Booster Energy is going to activate a Court Drive, which increases my speed. Agility. Okay, so we might be on an even playing ground now. Snow's gone, so that means Aurora Belt is now gone. Go for Spirit Break. Let's see who's faster. I want to say Iron Valor is faster, but I can't be sure on that one. He's tearing to what? To Dark? Steel? Oh, he's going Psychic. Okay. So it must be his ability here must be just to try to wipe me out. So let's see who goes first. If I go first, I'd pretty much... Nope, he goes first. Okay. So that's going to be a problem. That's going to one-shot Iron Valorant. However, since I know what he's doing now, it actually could have Shadow Sneak. Maybe that's not the best idea. Alright, so I'm going to try Muck here. I don't think Muck's really going to do too much here, but I'm going to see if I can at least hurt it to a degree. So we'll go for a knockoff and see how much damage that does. Sacred Sword. That does normal damage. I go for knockoff. Dead. Okay, so I got rid of his Terra. So this Muck is HP and special defense base is meant to be a special defender. Focus Sash is interesting. I thought it'd go for something else. Muck is going to store a little HP with its leftovers. Turn the volume on the game just a little bit. Sheena, interesting. Point Stone, the Stealth Rock does do a shit ton of damage though to it, so let's go for a knockoff and see what happens. Bug Buzz. It might not put me down. I didn't think so. I have full special defense on him. What was that? Oh, Throat Spray, okay. So actually knockoff will not do the max amount of damage because Throat Spray was already used, but I do poison him. So Muck is pretty useless at this particular moment. So he's gonna activate his speed boost here, which I'm almost guaranteed is going to have. Oh, the Aura Belt finally wore. That's weird. I thought Aura Belt wears off after the snow's gone. That's interesting. So there's not really what I can really do here. So I'm just going to go for Poison Jab. He's going to knock me out anyway, regardless. But that does give me one more turn where he's going to get hurt by the poison. And I believe next turn he'll be knocked out because of the poison. Speed was going to increase its speed. I think I know what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to switch to Hydra Apple. Once I can go for another Bug Buzz. So I'm going to Terra to Drat to Steel, and I'm going for one Nasty Plot. What this is going to do is whatever attack he's probably going to use, if he decides to stay in, is going to be just an attack. If I Terra to Steel, though, if he goes for a Bug Buzz, which I'm going to guess he's going to go for, it will not do much damage to a Steel type. And he hasn't switched out yet, so I'm guessing that's what he's going to do, is going for a Bug Buzz because he knows he's done. I'm going for a Nasty Plot, which is going to raise my special attack, but during the end of this turn, that Yanmega is going to bite the dust. Yeah, I thought so. That's going to do some damage, I'll give him that, but not quite enough. The poison's going to put that Yanmega down. So I'm kind of... I don't remember how many Pokemon he has left. Brody. Who's Brody? Oh, okay. I see. Point Stunk's broken to Brody. Okay. So Sword Bomb's my best option here. He has 3 Pokemon left. I have 3 Pokemon left. Brick Break. Not quite enough. I could get screwed here. Lost some of his HP, so he has a Life Orb. Okay. So fun fact, I've never gotten... Syrup Bomb's a very interesting move. If the person stays in and is using it, for 3 turns it'll lower its speed by 1 stage every turn. It has 85% accuracy, but I've used it like 2 or 3 times, I think, while playing this team. And so far, I have not had an issue with me missing it. So Warren's going to start up. So Fickle Beam is my best option here. Aurora Bell again. I think he wasted a turn, though he could knock me out. So Fickle Beam is an 80% or 80 power dragon move. I have Heavy Dunes move delay, so Snow does nothing. And essentially, I pretty should bring it up. The user shoots a beam of light to flip damage. Sometimes all the shoots beam units and doubling the move's power. So technically, it is a bit stronger than some of the other moves. Let's see what he goes for here. He goes for Earth Power. Okay. So that's the end of Hydra Apple. I did get more use on my Terra than he got out of his. So it's Hailing, so I really can't use Poltegeist. But I could switch to Sandy Shocks. Poltegeist is meant to be a focus stat user, so... I think I'm going to Terra Blast here. It's going to put that Abomasnow down. Now it comes down to his last Pokemon is and how smart he is. Because I already used this Terra. Meaning that he can't surprise me with it, like some people do. Maggie, but who's Maggie? Okay, Magnezone. Okay. So interesting thing here. I do not know if it has Levitate. If it has Levitate, then Earth Power will do no damage. Okay, it does not have Levitate, so I think that's the end of it right there. Wow. I think that last special defense. Mirror Coat. Okay, so yeah. He saw that coming. So I might actually lose this here. Let me check something. It's a very close match regardless. I just gotta see, let me think here. Also, this is not my Poltegeist. You can see that says Trick Kid. I actually traded for one, and he said that, oh, I got a shiny you want to trade for? I was like, yeah, sure, I'll trade for it. Better than nothing. Okay. So I'm gonna take a very... Wait, should I do that, though? Shadow Ball. I feel like I'm overthinking it, so I just gotta have to make a move. I think it's over. Nope, I'm still hanging in there. Snow's gone. I think I'm gonna go for... Does Strength Save even work in this situation? Feels like it doesn't. How much damage is that doing total? Shit, I'm paralyzed. Alright, it's over, GG. I can't outspeed it. I don't think Shadow Ball's going to do enough damage to knock it out. So I think it's over. Interesting team. You don't see a lot of Gen 4 teams, so that was pretty close. That Revel is still hellishly overpowered. I'm not crazy about it because you can use it multiple times. As soon as the snow wears off, it should go. That's my opinion on that particular ability. It should, as soon as the snow goes, that should go. I think that's how it should work, because how would I say this? It'd be like if it was like the rain stopped, but you still could get boost from the rain. It doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, that's my first loss. That's what, a 6-1. I'll show off my team real quick because you guys probably saw most of it anyway. But I'll show them off real quick. So Poltergeist, oops, hitting the wrong buttons. Is a max special attack, max speed. Come on, guys, fucking phone. Sorry about that. Max special attack, max speed, weak armor. So if the Pokemon in question, if it gets hit, its defense will go up, its speed will go up. So essentially, what you want to do with this is they hit you, that increases your speed, lowers your defense, and you go for a Shell Smash. Basically, that makes you so your speed will probably be around 500 to 600, which means you can pretty much outspeed anything. However, its weakness is obviously Shadow Sneak or anything that could hit it priority. Iron Valorant, Quirk Drive, Booster Energy, just basic Swords Dance into whatever I need to. Max attack, max speed again. Hydra Apple is, I believe he is. I gotta pull him up, I think, to look at. Has it? I'm not sure his EVs. Okay, so it's a lot in HP, most in special attack, and some in defense. That's just to make it more balanced a little bit, because a lot of people go for like the dragon weakness, which means that most dragon moves are defense, are attack based. That will help. It has regenerator, so if I swap out, it gets 30% of HP back, and heavy duty boost prevent hazards or snow or anything like that. Muck is actually very interesting. It is max special defense, max HP, a little bit in attack, and basically, Poison Touch allows you to damage the opponent and has a 30% chance to have you poison Pokemon after the attack. You use Poison Jab and increase the chance. Some people prefer Poison Fang because it can increase the point of it poisoning, the chance of it poisoning, but it has less power. And I feel that without Muck having a really good way, like Drain Punch is okay for recovery, but I think the damage is more important than the poison effect. And of course, I minimize on him. That's just I pissed a couple of people off using that, but I've rarely ever used minimize because it is cheap. But I've kind of gotten over that little fact because people are using cheap shit online all the time, so it doesn't really bother me. Next, we have Sandy Shocks. It has Pro Senses. I can't switch out Pro Senses. It had a better ability or another ability, I'd probably use that. Red card forces the opponent to swap, so basically what happens is I go for Stealth Rocks. They hit me. If Sandy Shock survives or whatever it doesn't, it forces the opponent back to their new Pokemon that they can't choose what they swap to. If it hits the field, Stealth Rocks activates. Volt Switch is to swap itself out. Terra Blast Ice is to deal with Dragon types, stronger Flying types. Earth Power is there for the overall damage. And then we have the Classic Talonflame. Gale Wings, as long as the Pokemon has full HP, Braid will do the max. It will always have priority almost everything else, as long as that's full HP. Choice Band, Flare Blitz for huge damage with recoil. Steel Wing is for like the rock types. U-Turn is to swap back to something else. So I say it's a pretty solid team. 6-1, 7-1. I wasn't really paying attention to what it was, but that's still a very good amount of. That's still a good win-loss ratio. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Thank everyone for watching. If you want to see more, like, comment, subscribe, and get some more videos out. Tomorrow, I will be doing that 4-parter, the 5-parter I was talking about. I just didn't have time to get to it today. But this is the Pokemon Fan 1993 signing off. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take